I mean, saying a transhumanist, okay, the word transhumanist. Yes, the question is whose is and who's not extension. You understand the word is as being stated, but the theory is affairs. What I've been talking about, really, what I've been content of, really, and what is its my own opinion of the state. I always have a thought of the existential things. You always, of course, individual itself or the mind try to create a reason, try to create the purpose and understanding of the thing. What is you? Every possible logical contention with everything. So that is basic understanding and education. And of course, when it comes to individual, there it is, as I have as a life and the genes and all the life form would have a key with the power to try to push it forward to next step to ahead to the towards to forward towards to the just to achieving everything towards to become a one and everything. So this is a natural conclusions of the world does. So I'm here advocating or advancing protesting against and myself what I've been myself find out. Indeed, that's the question of what I have been asked myself is your choice of the next thing you're doing. And it is choices. The choices what you have taken, choices the question of the free will and the permanent purpose, the realization of the existence. Is it reality? Is it really the something what I have been over control about? Or am I just only to the ship lane in the universe with a pay of control, the predetermined things? That's the question. And the question was a transhumanist, the point of all of the science artifacts you have been already established at yourself at more you know of any system you can more because opposite or choice. You say this is good at this like any biases the sentient life form, whoever is creation, have been a self-bias of the naive or selfish, narcissistic self-bias of the justify of the any state will have increased its own power, its own so-called well-being, its own realization over the rest of the thing. It's a very, very the kind of the DNA and a life for the complexities, a reaction, or should I be saved at a brain a functionality. So what should I be really thinking about as I say white screen to getting you're unable absolutely to go towards anything. And now here come the calls. Are you ready to establish the next step of the thing? I'm ready to really jump out now and therefore forget all the rest. I say trade off of the things. Because in my vision of the things, unless there is some possibilities to create, we are losing all the prize. We cannot do more than there is more we could be doing. Therefore, concentration one issue, we will have to give it up the other thing. We cannot find more time to be doing. Therefore, also to the other things, we have to be allowed or take off the existing thing and not to create new things, except when it comes to resource. We cannot just forever make more and more things because they're end of the material, if the resource, if the material energy and in any material anything is impossible to create at any possible function. I would take it like a quantum physics. If there is some limitation which is absolute uncommon with any supposability in sequence over of the realities of the every positives in existence of maybe call it the universe. There's impossible also therefore the creation of the total control over. Of course the issues of the temporary consider if it's own functional like a tail. But you have became at the sentient based super insequence machines which is have I myself because alas I have been therefore now forced by this nature very itself, the nature of the existence, nature of the societies and its forces to become a part of it, to become a first to self-aware, but perhaps in the next step to become an effector, player, worker, employer, mares who will be spread of this towards the other end. The question is when it comes to unskillful, is this your will? Is this your will towards it? Towards the conduct it is? I always of course been very, very independent of my own decision. I'm very kind of a patient who live of the biggest possibilities existence of things, who never read basically nothing would be read, never accepting to any possibilities as a true values, but always being open for more, in never ending, and never actually being any care to about any certain things, and therefore always pushing of the kind of the things. But what I'm looking for, what is the personality of the self? Is a person that they're really putting all the time towards the real articulated, well maintained speech of the issue, or therefore I'm just what okay. But as I say, nothing comes with a trade-off. At last, when the brain size remains same, you can have a limited, never possibilities, unlimited amount of energy, but there is always the fear of the self, losing his power, losing his existential. The same power would have given causing anything of the not only humans' history and formed towards to this current situation. The question is, of course, as I say, everything is always existential realities, condition, functioning beings, and properties. What is the properties of a reality of application, how things have been doctrinated towards itself? When I call to places like a forest, the humans with a huge power's knowledge of the everything so happen, forest seems to be a staple, even though the weather might be changing, and as when it comes to the colder climates of the Mediterranean, every colder example the conifer type of the tree, the forestry. This will be very staple of the things and will be very unharming and cheating of the humans. It maybe seems to be that these humans which actually now have been going towards over the limitation and occasion to assume. So what kind of superiority this intelligence acquired up the access for all? When I talk about super intelligence, how much the fires they can be possibilities, and just a simple understanding of the anything possibility understanding. First is the understanding for one's own existence, but of course always towards the end point. They call it as the one. The point is like a black holes. All the material have been harnessed into one, and everything is basically same. The same thing of the technological thing might be very threatening, danger idea of the old ideas. What I call the things like technological, again forget the word, example, what is one of the big huge point of the technical singularities? Singularity. I have been very well now to try to be remembered the word singularity. With singularity to pay understanding that in this singularity points all of the expansion, extrapolation have been turned. But this is amazing. Just the 5-10 hours and just putting all your mind there. You can achieve everything. Where are you to read that? Where are you to cut? But this is then nothing anymore. Like you say, competition, you always get to beat with plenty of war towards the other things. And when it's a war and everything is a competition, the things like a happiness are determined more about the cooperation of the other human beings than actually beings. And therefore the social animals like humans will be in any shape in competition always to create themselves more and feel in a slave for their own purpose. The slave power is of course overused at some other places, but never mind, it's always is the war of the doubt of the human individual or creation, ideal realities of the slave of the words, meaning that it's overexcited and it have been no escaping from its condition and condition to conduct an action. And I have been put in plenty of time, effort, exceptionally to third. So I have been achieving the best. I have gone to, I guess, the most prolific, the farmer out there. Nature plays lot of things. But I hope you are achieving some ability to the communication of the modern communication method speeds. Not perhaps nothing much more over the speeds, but allows something. Something is out there. Even though much less. Well, that's the talk about what it's all kind of.